And it's rounded up just in time to get back to less boring things as we've got a car out on circuit. It is going to be Gary Pearson leads us away once again. The top seed coming in. Pearson for the Fiesta Rally 2. And they're already making really quite rapid progress down towards the bottom end of the circuit, anti-clockwise along the railway straight with a couple of temporary chicanes put in. And here we go onto the rallycross loop for the first time of asking with Gary Pearson. He'll get on the brakes first of all for the chicane, back on the power out the other side, knowing that there's work to be done just off the start line behind him. Max McRae going through the rallycross box Amanda gets a little bit loose there, but just misses the concrete on the inside as he gets out onto the dusty stuff. So there will be a little bit of time lost there, but he was very, very cautious, I thought, over the bumps. Let's keep an eye on whether Max McRae does the same, because we did comment on the fact that it was getting chopped up as a surface in and you actually tightened up to the tyres there. He also knows that's where the grip is. That's where the loose it's a couple of millimetres to the outside of the corner there, and he could well have found himself in tyre well. But Max McRae, well, he's making good progress. The sun isn't shining, but he's making progress. One more time. More cars raced onto the stage. Rally 2 has made his way onto this stage. There's McComb also out there now as well. That's what it is. All double track walk over this morning. Look at the drift on the outside of the McRae corner. Completely scattered. More emphatic version of flat out that time round the rallycross section. That was one for the show. That was one for the start. It's not just about dealing with things like well at the stage start to explain the hidden responsibility, and also not arriving at a goal point too early or too late. You've got to be control marshals at the start of the stage to make sure that they that will certainly get you going. Worried that you'll catch some sort of administrative issue here amongst all of it. We have got the first couple of cars up onto the hillside. Max McRae showing us how it's done, and that very that's what we were expecting to see down the bottom of the stage. Absolutely pinned towards the line, because the exit from the corner doesn't matter. That's where the timing beam is. Cuts it, does Gary Pearson, and in just a moment or two, we'll That was more the conventional way. Distance between yourself and the time you control. What is it? 444 to 437. Out there as well as we get down towards the later end of the top 20. Yes, the WRC is joining us, so we're just Hairpin. That's the advantage of four-wheel drive, I suppose. Just kept it planted in its movement back.
Yeah, absolutely. We did see that the off-camber of the hairpin can just let the wheel drive
It's the whole that and I think that's first place. We'd have been following it with 14 through the chicane and on to the rally crossing once again. Trying to make progress as we get news on the so far past the center stage.
Number 67, who's also moved up the order.
Celebrity special 6 weeks, we can't be far away from seeing the likes of Chris Hoy and going down Evans. Can you see he's doing Chris by chance?
To the moment, he's going I think he's right down almost in the pit lane, but what I can't see is beautiful, and you know, some of these cars I remember in the original state coming through the forest, Knockhill farm and things when I was a wee 7-8-year-old kid, and it's great to see it now. The M3's just sitting in front of us here, you know, beautiful car to be rallying, never mind the Mark II Escort design. Obviously, so it's, for me, it's like being a small kid again. Well, you lived through the same golden era of rally as I did. I think I was in the same forest race as you. Jimmy was talking earlier. Integrales and things at the time, they were just evil, and so anybody that was driving, I'm sure was living in the same hands. Yeah, there was all the sophisticated electronics in those cars. It was all very analog in those days, so it's very different now. It was purely and simply power without control. Well, that's not quite the Pirelli Tires slogan, but I know what you mean, yes. So Alan, great to see you enjoyed the event, and I'll give you a chance to enjoy the rest of the rally stage. Thank you very much. Great to see everybody here as well. Also, so many families, not just for celebrating. third at the moment, then, guys.
First at the moment is Max McRae and Cameron Fair. They are 16 seconds ahead of
Max McRae certainly was lead man. She was really happy
all the twisty stuff on the hillside, and yeah, I think that's where the time is. So it's just keep it nice and neat and tidy.
Yeah, obviously happy with the car. There's just normal maintenance going. There's nothing getting changed on it.
No, the car's been an absolute pleasure today. Of course, I'm still getting used to it and finding out what it can do. But yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure today.
So great to see you again. Being at the top of the time sheets together. Max McRae in the rally lead, we think. So yeah, so back to you guys.
Yes, in the rally lead, and I'd be astounded if anybody out on the stage at the moment catches him, because it would imply they're about 25 seconds faster. Dives out the way of the 20. Whereas other teams, such as with BMX, as we touched on, race BMX between the ages of 7 and 14 at one point was ranked 9th in the world. So it's just a formal individual. It's simply astonishing. Of course, then went on to do greater things in the world of track cycling, but no stranger to swapping up which bit of the track he has to do with He's also a very competitive man. I'm not sure he's got it in him to go to one side during an event and he's going to view the competitive team. So he's still leading that Fiesta Rally too. There's a couple of machines. Probably have a driver behind the wheel who's probably with Except at the bottom of good yank on the handbrake there. He actually very low. It's a bit of gap to the rally. He's far detailed as we got onto this car. Yeah, absolutely. But that car falling up is all the back of us now. It's Chris going to exit the top. So just keep going as we sort of keep pushing on. They must be some flicking into second car. It's such a ever really begins. You get the tricky entry to it, of course, in the anti-clockwise race circuit is so difficult to master, and in turn you sweep right rather than into the left-hand there. That was tiny, and it's consistent with the very best drivers in the world. The average winner to take on the hillside, they're not worried, they're not everything, just because they're not happy. That would be traded John. Second end of the stage, still waiting of course for stage Mini to make its way out, and a few of the other fan favourites that are towards the rear end of the house. Jamie McRae getting on, well, number one, neat and tidy once again. The top drivers all following that same philosophy, at least on the top. Well clear. Far fewer machines trying to we'll be taking a right towards the hillside, and so actually closing in on that number 33 car in front of him. It's also a mark yesterday, is Dougal Brown. Very difficult to miss. It's the very orange one being chased by. We didn't get a chance to truly follow through stages 1 and 2, but now let's watch how an absolute master of his craft now takes on on this stage number 3 section of the board, down through what previously was very nice gets on the bridge just a little bit before swinging round the left-hander over the crest and to the bottom of the hill, appears out great poetry in motion, I think, in the slow corner.
Yes, absolutely. Just nicely drifting into a bumping it around.
Also in one of his Mark II escorts. It's also the way to go about it when you've got all the experience in the world, which Jimmy McRae has, not only in general but also in his car. He was speaking earlier about how it's like putting on an old glove and just all the feeling comes back straight away. Right before you're all racing to the left-handed ridge, all the lights up the hill once again. Down on the second of the ridges before you curl to the right down this tricky, horrible off-camber section. Jimmy McRae making that looks incredibly easy, effortless almost from Jimmy and Colin McRae. Climbing up the order in stage 2 and a 5:41 in stage 3 will leave them in the ballpark in that overall stage time.
So, good time beginning to come in. So people making moves.
Then a lot of cars in the 440s, which tries just to keep open that advantage a little bit. And then, if you look out the window again, there's a couple of escorts right on top of each other. Are they going to go the same way as the right person? They are. This might actually be some proper right cross action for them in the situation into the dirt section. Possibly into the grey corner, will there be some friendly manners? Not quite, is there? Not close enough to be truly held up, but it's certainly a distraction for us, but so close to each other.
The stage starts to get real, and what we are
using quite a lot of the hillside. That will begin to deteriorate over the weekend, so that's when damage happens.
So this time came in just a moment ago from BMW M3. It was 5:29 for him, puts him 30th in the overall order, just ahead of St. Christopher. It's not by any means the fastest car in terms of machinery, but it is one of the fastest drivers in the world rallying as ever seen both in the World Championship and close. I think anybody in the States that went like them, they maybe this total maniacs, the likes of Max McRae could certainly give it some as well. Still can't fault this in this mini is absolutely spectacular. So just now, section 4 the first time. Notice this becoming more and more queued up. It's going to have its work cut out, surely. But will the rear end bounce around like we saw in the early Fiestas? I think Stig is just staying a little bit on the sensible side as he comes up there for the first time. And despite that, the rear corner is still lifted.
Yes, I can just feel my back and that going. So yeah, I think possibly going to
Number 4 Chevette with the blue coloured paint job on the side. He's ended up with quite a wide coming back towards him because it's known that at the end of whereas in rally she needs to do exactly the opposite, really attack the apex. So drifting wide, you can see the steering won't come off, but it's too late for that. We'll see how he changes his approach for the next time. He's got the window down, so he might be able to hear this. We'll stay very quiet. I hear Daniel's actually fastest driver. Into the boot as well. That is 44 Ford Escort. Dave Bellamy and Drew Spores were having quite a run at this point of view, but despite that, the slow cars are to the stage. They don't have right to seem to have a position before, but it's certainly one of the ones that gets gets and go all the way around the front of the
for something, I'm not sure. They would do it if they could do it.
The bizarre bit of all of this is that the tyres are generally speaking in there or thereabouts. I wonder if they have. There is a first tyre that is quite clearly moved. I wonder if whilst we were looking around behind us, our beach they've got deep.
Desperately trying to get that tyre out to
It has lifted the escort. How do you feel about moving that without moving on? That's a really difficult task that they're attempting. Not least of all because the escort will weigh quite a lot, but also because it's quite treacherous trying to remove the thing. The whole car's balancing on.
yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what we actually have got a jack. Because you will have to expect on the jack.
in, hauling away at that tyre. Can he get it moved? Will he be able to get the car going once again? All of this is time lost as well, let's not forget, but you do want to see them get going.
Absolutely, and this is where, in the forest, years gone by, you see lots of people just going on.
But it certainly doesn't have special stages, 1, 2, 3, 10 below these are special stages, and so you can get down onto the course to help in such a way as you would out in the forests or the quarries, as much of the British Rally Championship takes place in. Now, however, they've got it down. The escort is moving once again. So the 44, Dave Bellaby and Drew Scores, they have managed to get that power. There was some sort of as it did. So let's hope that they've not done further damage to the other They are indeed. All White Evo started the stage number 38. That'll be Brian Watson. Sean Donnelly in Evo 6 started the stage and has immediately pulled off to the right. So something mechanical there is given up under acceleration. You would have noticed it on the way to the stage as it had next to each other. One of them is about to get going. Albeit having lost quite a bit of time, he's back in the game, I think. Off they go. Right, instead of heading to the ramp, so they'll go to the hill, which means they're only about 40-50 seconds or so away from completing the stage, and therefore will be able to give the proper look once they complete this run. They absolutely should be tired. And it's the exits it's slowly turning into an abstract interpretation of a chicane rather than a chicane itself there. There's a great spot. The 53 takes full use of that, by the way, as have most of the cars whilst we've been watching, getting nice and close to the exit and just opening it up all the way. The 59 almost goes the wrong way for a brief second there, but Andrew Norfolk and Stephen Bell this was a point situation. But nobody's encountered that problem quite yet, at least. The hill is also becoming incredibly congested. We've got 3 or 4 cars all weaving their way up it at the same time. It's a couple of escorts and a Peugeot. I don't think any of them are going to catch each other, but they are all concentrating up just a little bit.
Overtake it, we're just running on time. But yes, that kind of lost a significant amount of time trying to unbeach themselves from that tyre.
Whilst we were talking and observing the recovery operation performed on themselves, a few of the big names did actually complete the stage. It's just worth Thompson and Lindstedt Blomqvist in 6 minutes 21, which is pretty good considering his complete lack of power. Actually, including full suspension probably as well, compared to a hockey car as well, the time tires. Daniel Franchitti in the number 4:5:47. Wyndham Evans in 5:10, but more notably, compared to Frankitti's 5:47, it was 5:46 for Sir Christopher. So those two stayed remarkably close together. Yes, for Daniel Franchitti.
So very, very tight further down the field. So there's lots and lots of battles going on. That's 58. 58. So
start this stage as well. Stage 3, this will put us just over halfway through Saturday's competitive action. Worth noting that once this stage concludes, we're getting the parade for 50 years of Jimmy McRae out onto the track at around about, it was scheduled for 1:15. I think it'll probably be a few minutes after that due to the recovery operations we've had. Then there'll be some parades and also the sleigh stage 1 and get more guest interviews. The competitive action for that stage 4 senior rally will get underway at 5:00. However, let's keep an eye on how a couple of those last guys just released onto the stage are getting on. I mean, you're right, the wheelbase is thereabouts. Great Richie in the Toyota Celica. For me, in the rallycross section and for much of the road, that probably doesn't matter so much, but you've got to be worried about those bags on the hill. Dom, what have you got for
Yes,
us?
well, I heard you just talking about Dario Franchitti and Sir Chris Hoy being almost equal on times. And Dario, I'm going to tell you, you're just 2 seconds behind Hoy at this stage of the well, that's true. He's just starting to give you anything.
Another great stage. It's so much. It's interesting. The bits you know this bit, and then you realise the bits you came in. So then you have to listen to my co-driver, I have to listen to Andy, and that's a new skill. But I think we never happened. I think we have the best sound project.
Oh, it's still wonderful to listen to. So, always sticking out with Chris Hoy, you're going to have to outside him, I think.
Cycle, so yeah, we'll be pushing. Yeah, I think we'll both get more comfortable with it, but yeah, well, it'd be nice to get one over on him.
Could you see yourself doing more rallies after this? You're getting a taste of it, I think.
Oh God, absolutely. But yeah, I think it's that you're jumping in this car on a rally like this. Here, sort of to tribute to the McRae family, all these different drivers in the field as well, just driving the hell out of them. You realise from rally drivers they're different breeds. They're like the Isle of Man TT guys. They're all just a bit mad.
Well, they probably think the same about somebody who goes flat out into turn 1 at India at 230 miles an hour.
Actually, we had a dinner one night in Australia. Colin's there. Colin, Mick and Robert Reed, myself, Barry Sheen, we all had a who's got this conversation. We figured out it's actually Robert Reed, the rally co-driver. So the rest of us were some co-drivers and just hanging on.
Yeah, the co-driver's a big job to do, it really is. But great to see you having fun, Gary, and great to see you in a real tight battle down. But I think I can't remember what position you're in overall, but it doesn't really matter. It's the 2 seconds that counts.
Point out my car's a lot older.
Oh yes, well, you've got a whole list of things, but just feed them in gently during the day.
We've got a couple more days yet just to get them in.
Absolutely. Thanks, Dario. So Dario Franchitti there, who's almost equal to Chris Hoy.
Yeah, so Chris Hoy is 38th and Dario at 39th.
As Dario mentioned, we are in different classes. Dario's actually not far away from being on the class podium today as well. He's just 13 seconds away from the historic 3rd place, which would be at the moment 37th overall in the hands of John Marshall and Craig Wallace. So there is actually a genuine podium result on the cards here for Dario Franchitti in his first ever rallying event.
Something to take away from there, but yeah, he's obviously a talented individual with 4 wheels.
Last car, I was about to say a couple of cars. I suppose technically it is a couple of cars still, because we've got 2 apprentices, albeit one of them is just 2 corners away from